These are the items I used to quickly install a UV filtration system. The top two you don't really need, or you can actually only use this instead of that if you don't have a pair of tube cutters. But that just makes things a little faster when you're unscrewing the longer screws on the box. So that is what you need: pliers, a hex at 8 millimeters, the plumbing cutter or the knife. The lube makes it really nice to fit in these pieces here when you have to install these. So that's not necessary, but super handy and makes it much easier to slide in: a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. Step one, use these to cut closest to the white part possible. Next, find these and pop them on either both of these. Voila. And next you're going to locate these two. There's two of them, and you're going to add O-ring lube on this and inside of these to help you slide them in easily. Once they're on, you use the pliers to slide these over here. Next, you're going to locate these from this kit. Use some pliers and your hex screwdriver. It is a 8 millimeter. So what you're going to do is tie this, push this through the black part here. Once you've done that, use the pliers to bend these just a little inwards. It'll help you actually get the thread started on this once you're on the plumbing. So this is going to go through there, and once that's done, you would tie it here, and then 5 inches away you would tie it here. And so in the end it should look like this. So I straightened out the strapping here just to push it through, and now I'm going to bend the end inwards a little bit to help with threading it through here. So there's a little curve like I mentioned on the strap, and what I do is I kind of bend them in both sides. Hard to do with one hand here, to make more of a circle like that, and then you put it around, and it just makes it that much easier to tie it on. When both of them are on, I don't actually tighten them really tight. I make sure that they're still a little bit loose so I can move them around, just ease of installation after that. Next, you're going to locate these guys with the 2 screws, and you're going to position the UV filtration system in such a way with the power supply on the back of the bar and then the plug going into the box over that way. So what you're going to do is on the back of this box, there's 2 screw holes here and right there. And what's going to happen is for the big wire at the back, so this is a thicker wire than the one on the other side of the power supply, you're only going to put the screw in on the back like that. On this one, you could actually put the screw completely through once the wire is in, but for the back, because the wire is bigger, I just install it like this. And there it is installed. Looks like that. Next, we are going to install the ground wire onto the UV filtration system. Just make sure you put the right end. So the one with the 90-degree curve, that's the one that's going to be going in the box at the top hole here. Okay, so that's that one, and then the other one is going to go in here. That's it. Once we have put this on the tube where it kind of lines up with where it needs to go in the box, I slowly put one side in before I pop the one in slowly. You want to be careful with this. You don't want to bang this because there's a quartz tube with the bulb and you don't want to break it. All right, so it's in, and now that it's in, the ground is screwed in. You could slide this back and forth as you need to in the clamps to kind of just make sure things line up more or less properly on the plumbing. All right. Once that's done, you can tighten these screws a little bit more. Next, if you were installing this on your own hot tub at home, you would use these 2 little O-rings. You would install them. There's a ribbed or a little hole here in the end. You put those 2 in the pieces, and then you would thread the right ones onto them. If you're installing this in the store to be delivered and then installed by the delivery team, what I do is I put them back in the bag, and then I actually clamp them into here just a little bit so it's the bag is held there, and then the delivery team knows that those are the O-rings for the UV system. Next, it's to plug in the actual plug of the UV into the box. So I've unscrewed with Phillips screwdriver here and here to open the box of the SST-10 or the SST-20 circuit board box from Beachcomber. Then you have to remove the rails. There's a couple of rails here, so two longer Phillips screws. And then you would locate J29, which is often enough in highlighted in orange. And to double check, you could check the schematic. It would say ozone, so it's off the same feed as the ozone to run the UV filtration system. So you plug it in there, run it through the rails, reinstall the rails. You do have to remove a little plastic tab, which I will show you what it looks like next. So I've already taken it off, but see, one of these little tabs can be pulled out to make space for a wire to come out on the rail inside that box. Run the wire through, put the tab back on, screw them in, and then the box is relatively sealed. And that is how you install the UV filtration system. Enjoy.